Hi everybody, thank you so much for coming. Can you all hear me? Thank you. Welcome to the launch of Turn to the River. Wow, what a day. We're here today because of the Wabash River. That's really why we're here. This big lumbering body of water that runs through our state and gathers maybe 70, 80, 90% of the state's drainage, sending all that water down to the Gulf of Mexico. It connects us to the world in that way, and we're lucky to have it right on our doorstep, and it deserves our care and attention. Whether you were or are a member of the Wea Nation, the Miami, Potawatomi, or any of the indigenous peoples that inhabited or inhabit this land, whether you were or are a member of the Lost Creek settlement, formed by a remarkable group of free African American farmers from Virginia and North Carolina in the early 1800s, contributing steadily since that time to our growth, commerce, and culture. Whether you were or are descended from the many European settlers, explorers from many different countries, whether you or your ancestors arrived from Syria or India or Mexico, Egypt, China, the Philippines, or England or Lebanon, whether you were born here or moved here just this year, we are all together in a city that owes a debt of gratitude to the Wabash River, and it's a very, very exciting time for our big river. So what began as a conversation with the city, between art spaces in the city many years ago, about replacing the fountain that's right behind you with a new sculpture, grew into what we all now know as Turn to the River. Concepts and design development followed over the years since that time, along with constant and vigorous fundraising efforts. Here we are today, ready to start what we call phase 1 of implementation, the celebration space. There will be more to come in the years ahead, including an event space in the parking lot to serve farmers markets, food trucks, festivals, and a river overlook, just a quick walk from the downtown. But this space is where we begin this journey. The Government Plaza serves many purposes, and our planning and design reflect its many uses. It's a passageway to our most important city and county public buildings. It's an important place for the approximately 200 combined employees of these two buildings that pass through here daily and see it from their building as well. It's a place where business is conducted, where solace and respite are needed as people face sometimes difficult court sessions. It's a place that those of us working downtown might enjoy walking to and meeting up with a friend. It's the site of an architectural gem of our city, a registered historic landmark there behind you, the courthouse, and it's a place for our legislators. Whether we celebrate new citizenships or city or county announcements, whether we have a trio playing during a lunch hour, it's a place where we may all gather. It's the first of several design places to be provided through Turn to the River. And our central focus will be a new sculpture by artist Brad Goldberg of Dallas, Texas, who was selected through a national artist search process. He was really taken with how close our urban environment is to the rich wetlands that hug the river on the other side. It's something that really very few cities of our size have, and we're very, very fortunate to have this combination here. So his piece is in celebration of that, and you'll get to see that probably in about June is when it will come in. I want to share with you the 3 essential ingredients of Turn to the River besides the river itself. Number 1, the voices of professional artists and designers that are working in the public realm to capture the vision and voices of communities and give shape to them visually. They give confidence to people who sometimes don't realize the amazing ideas that they themselves have. Number 2, engaging directly with community members and stakeholders, whether in one-on-one meetings, focus groups, charrettes, open houses, or public picnics, so that the ideas and voices of people living here would guide the project. It's a messy but worthwhile process. and it's energizing as well, and it just makes so much sense to ask people to participate in designing the places that they will share and use. And number 3, strong and lasting partnerships. This includes funding partners, government partners, higher education, public education, arts organizations, health organizations, business and economic development organizations. And truly, Art Spaces is blessed with so many cohorts in this project, and many of you are here today. We have asked a few of our partners to share their thoughts on this occasion, but first I would like to acknowledge the many elected officials that have joined us today, and thank you so much for your time in doing so. Representative Larry Bouchon was unable to join us, and we welcome Sam Pollock from his office. Representative Bouchon has spoken in favor of our national grants and on other occasions, and Sam, we hope that you will convey our gratitude to Representative Bouchon. Representative Tanya Path, thank you for taking time to be with us today. Your support means so much. And I want to thank Commissioners Mike Morris, Brendan Kearns, and Chris Switzer. Brendan, I see, is here, and I don't think anyone else is, but I also thank you for coming, Brendan. And I want to acknowledge immediate former Commissioners Brad and Judy Anderson, who we worked with for quite a while over the past few years. And Judy, are you here today? I don't think so. She was going to try, but thank you to everyone. And we also, I know that Marie Thies and Vicki Wager, I think, is here. Yes, and David Thompson was coming as well. So thank you for all the county council members that are here, and if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I'm kind of not able to see everybody clearly from here. Welcome to our city council members, Neil Garrison, Tammy Boland, and anyone else from the council that's here with us today. Thank you for coming. And as I mentioned, as I mentioned before, so this project originated from discussions with the Office of the Mayor, and that has been a very fruitful, long-standing partnership for Art Spaces. And I'm really grateful for the generous spirit with which Mayor Bennett has welcomed Art Spaces and this challenging endeavor. Thank you so much, Mayor Bennett, for your generous support of this project and for your commitment to it in other ways, and for the welcome you have given to Art Spaces as we transform this space. Please welcome Mayor Bennett.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary, and glad to see such a big turnout today. Thank you all for coming out here. Yeah, this goes back a few years when I think about the first conversations. I mean, when I took office, I thought, we got to do something about that fountain. I mean, I love water, but as you know, that's a bit dated and time to move on. And when you think about the partnership that the city has had, the entire community with Art Spaces and the variety of projects we see all over the city, we wanted to find a way to do something out here and kind of do something on the government space. And so I couldn't be any more excited about that partnership and the fact that we're going to have a real project out here. It's phase 1 out of probably 5 phases total that'll get us from here to there. And it has taken some time to get here, but now we're actually making this reality. And so it's part of a bigger vision when you think about it. Everything that we try to do in the community is about quality of life. We're trying to distinguish ourselves from other communities. We want people who are living here to enjoy our community in a variety of things, destinations, things that they can go do to have fun and enjoy. And so as we compete on the economic development playground or ball field, whatever analogy you want to use, you have to do something to distinguish yourself. And we thought this was a key location to do that here on the government complex. As many of you know, we're getting ready to do a multi-million-dollar refurbishment of the parking lot that will start in June and will be completed by November. And so between this project and that one, we're probably going to spend about $3.5 million between the two. Then next is the City Hall building itself. And so we're working with a variety of partners on that right now to do a remodel of this building. And so it all just kind of starts right out front here, and then it kind of reverberates out from there. Quality of life is so important not only to our residents but our visitors and students, anybody that comes to our community. And we're hopeful that this will become a destination for people, not only for the ones that work here but for the ones that visit our community. So we'll continue to support the efforts of Mary and her efforts specifically. She's just done a tremendous job. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, you all know that, but she is such an asset to Terre Haute, Vigo County, and we need to continue to be supportive of their activities to bring more and more things to our community. Once again, I couldn't be any more excited to be here. It's just glad we're actually making this happen. So it's been a while, and all the donors, the grants that we've received, I mean, when I say we as community collaboration, the local government money that's going into this, it's a significant project that'll have a significant impact. So thank you, and just wish you much success with this one, and as we look forward to the next phases and whatever comes down the road in the future. So thank you. I've got one more thing I'd like to do. Let's put this little paper away. It's just kind of a formality for today. I have a proclamation I would like to read in support of these activities. Whereas Turn to the River is a multi-year project of art spaces to connect downtown Terre Haute with the Wabash River through public art and design. And whereas from 2012 to 2014, Art Spaces conducted the planning phase for Turn to the River, which engaged dozens of community stakeholders in the visioning process and generated an Our Town grant from the National Endowment for the Arts. And whereas in 2013, Art Spaces, with 2 community partners, initiated the 2013 Year of the River, a year-long multi-county initiative that involved river-related events by more than 90 different groups and organizations. And whereas from 2015 through 16, Art Spaces executed multiple events to gather public input to conceptualize and design public use of the 4-square block area containing City Hall and the courthouse. And whereas in 2017, the NEA recommended Art Spaces for a second Our Town grant for the design development phase, and support was announced from the IEDC through the Wabash River Regional Development Authority. And whereas from 2018 and 19, design development for the central area was conducted by Taylor Seifer Williams Design Group, resulting in a merit award from the Indiana Chamber of the American Society of Landscape Architects. And whereas in 2020, artist Brad Goldberg of Dallas, Texas, was selected through a national search to design and fabricate a sculpture for this Central Civic Plaza. And whereas today we come together to celebrate Turn to the River and the dedicated and passionate work of Art Spaces Executive Director Mary Kramer, who has led these efforts from the beginning to the construction phase for this celebration space, which will transform this campus into a public space with new walkways, seating, landscaping, and trees to be enjoyed by all of our citizens. Now therefore I, Duke A. Bennett, Mayor of the City of Terre Haute, do hereby proclaim Friday, April 23rd, 2021 as Turn to the River Day in our community. I ask you all to congratulate Mary on her efforts and celebrate together.
Thank you so much, and I share this with my entire organization, my board of directors, and everyone that's been involved with this project. So, the Wabash River Regional Development Authority, which was just mentioned, is a strategic multi-county state-appointed partnership with the support of the Indiana Economic Development Corporation. Their interest in and understanding of the importance of our city's proximity to the river and its unifying role in the well-being of our region has been critical to us being able to move forward with Turn to the River. The RDA previously supported the concept phase, and we are so grateful that they saw the potential and stepped forward on behalf of our region to help us get it started. Thank you so much from all of us at Art Spaces and for your belief in this project and Art Spaces. We are fortunate to have with us RDA members Bob Basler and President Greg Good, and Greg is going to come up and say a few words.
Well, thank you, Mary. And I can't really top the words of Mayor Bennett. Um, Day job, I'm with Indiana State University. Volunteer hours, I have the great privilege of serving as the chair of the Wabash River Regional Development Authority. But today, the proudest thing that I could say is that I'm a member of the Mary Kramer entourage. I just think the world of Mary. There isn't a moment when she and I talk that I don't walk away from the conversation feeling inspired, feeling heartened for the future of our community, and just feeling good to be a citizen of our great community. Uh, Packaged in that inspiration is her tremendous creativity, and always able to see an opportunity in just about anything. And of course, as we all do, share this incredible affinity about the importance of art and sculpture, and how art can help uplift a community and enhance a quality of place that makes Terre Haute and the West Central Indiana region more competitive. There's an old saying that there's nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come. And at one point, I think after Mary had had conversations with everyone here about her very strong efforts toward building a philanthropic strategy behind Turn of the River, she'd come to Indiana State, and I think she was seeking like $1,000 contribution, and was thinking about it, and I was like, Mary, I think we might be able to do something better than that. I think your vision, your idea is precisely in alignment with what the Indiana Economic Development Corporation had in mind about investing in the types of projects that uplift communities with the effort to attract people to relocate to those communities and enhance our population and keep our talent and build a vibrant community. And sure enough, after fleshing the idea out and then talking to people like State Senator John Ford, tapping into his experience having served on the Arts Commission, and building a strategy with people like Bob Basler and others with the Regional Development Authority, we went to the IEDC, and they wholeheartedly supported the vision and secured several $100,000 for this effort. The RDA is your, my fellow citizens, your advocate to go after state funding. And we are the conduit by which that state funding can pass through to fund really great projects like this. And I know Mary had mentioned our local legislators, and I see that Tanya and John are here. And I'll give a shout out also to Bob Heaton and Alan Morrison. But they passed in bipartisan form a state budget yesterday that will dedicate up to $500 million for collaborative efforts like this that will better the state of Indiana and better our communities. And your Regional Development Authority looks forward to working with our county council, our city council, our county commissioners, Mayor Bennett, and certainly people like John Ford and Tanya Paff to try to go after some more money and continue to make Terre Haute and the Wabash River regional development communities even stronger. So Mary and Terre Haute Art Spaces, this is your day to celebrate, and thank you for all of your hard work, and there's a lot more opportunity ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Greg. I feel like it's my birthday today. It's very exciting. Senator John Ford, we welcome you today. Senator Ford is steadfast in representing our region at the state level, and the arts know Senator Ford as someone who understands their value and what they bring to the community. And one example that he recently supported and encouraged resulted in the state designation of the 4140 Arts and Cultural District that encompasses much of our downtown. We appreciate your voice for the arts at the State House and beyond. Thank you so much, and I would like to invite you to come up and say a few words if you would.
Well, thank you, Mary, and it's great to be here today and see all of you here in this cold, chilly day. But you know, it's great to hear all of the collaboration. You know, I've long believed that the arts and economic development go hand in hand, and to see this project come to fruition, I really forgot how long Art Spaces and Mary have been working on this project, and the mayor and the city of Terre Haute. But it is, you know, if our community is going to continue to move forward, it's collaborative projects like this that will shine a light on Terre Haute. And I just want to congratulate all the stakeholders and Art Spaces for getting this project done, and look forward to the next few phases coming down the road. Thank you all.
Thank you, Senator Ford. And speaking of the arts and the state, the Indiana Arts Commission is an important state agency that works in alignment with the National Endowment for the Arts to ensure equitable distribution of arts and cultural resources throughout the state. We've been fortunate to receive annual support from the Arts Commission for 15 consecutive years, and so we consider them a big part of all that we do. Beyond the financial support, the Arts Commission has a fantastic team in place, ensuring that the arts are always a part of the legislative considerations and providing encouragement and support for all of us working all across the state. Thank you to the Arts Commission, and please join me in welcoming Paige Sharp, the Deputy Director of Programs for the Indiana Arts Commission.
Well, I'm very impressed with my colleagues and their ability to not wear a coat. I'm afraid that if I didn't, I would shake like a chihuahua right off of the stage. So I don't want to distract you with that. It's such a privilege to be here today. It really is. I just want to share on behalf of the Arts Commission staff and board and past commissioners, just a heartfelt congratulations to Mary and to Art Spaces and to all the community, to the mayor, to the city, to the county, and the myriad stakeholders that contributed to this project making it to this point, the actual groundbreaking. We have so many dreams, right? So many dreams. And this has been culminating for a long time. To get to this point is a really big deal. This is creative placemaking at its gold standard. And in creative placemaking, you're bringing arts and artists into the execution, the facilitation, and the activities of a project like this. And that means a lot, because the arts community feels valued. And when that happens, they want to be a part of it, and they want to stay. And you want them to stay, because they're your innovators. They're your out-of-the-box thinkers, and they're the ones that make the magic happen, where people want to come around and congregate, because they're playing the music, they're making things happen, and they're making it beautiful. So they're creating not just quality of life and that quality of place that Mayor Bennett was talking about that's so important. They also create a direct health benefit by bringing people together. We need to connect. Don't we all miss that so much? Just hugging today. Wow. So nice, you guys. And that connectivity is so powerful for a community. And Terre Haute will be a shining light because of this gold standard level of creative placemaking, where the arts play that central role, where folks of any economic background or any background at all feel welcome and included to participate, which is so important. And these are the stories that we hear about across the state in creative placemaking projects like this. And that is the residents of the community. They talk to their friends and they're like, you need to move back. This place is awesome. And they do, because people know that it's a great place to raise a family in Indiana, and people want to come back. And I have absolute belief in this community because of Mary and all of these amazing people that I've gotten to know over the years who are true investors in their community. It will be a centerpiece of pride, and it won't need to compete because people will talk about what a great place it is to visit and to live. And people like Senator Ford and other representatives, thank you so much for your belief in the arts and in your community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paige. I want to acknowledge also the careful design work accomplished by Taylor Siefker Williams Design Group of Indianapolis. As the mayor mentioned, it resulted in a design award given jointly to Taylor Siefker Williams and Art Spaces in 2019. And critical to everything that I do, everything that we do, is the Art Spaces Board of Directors. And we finally created these wonderful name tags for everyone working with Art Spaces, and I left them at home. So could I ask all of the board members that are present here to please raise their hands so we can see who you are. We have a great showing. Thank you so much. And really, I know I'm the public face of the organization, but all of these folks are heavily invested and involved in all that I do and all that we do. I also want to thank my operations manager, Kim Schwibbe, who could not be here with us today, and Sammy Janopoulos, who's been a part of Art Spaces since her sophomore year at ISU. Sammy, where are you? Could you wave? Thank you. And also, another very important group to me, the Art Spaces Turn to the River Committee has been the backbone of Turn to the River for many years. And my steady cohorts, my pals in this endeavor, it includes several board members as well as some others from our community. And could I ask all of those Turn to the River Committee members here to please raise your hands as well. Thank you, everyone. We've enjoyed support through the earlier phases of Turn to the River from all of our universities, many foundations, groups, businesses, and individuals. Before closing, I want to acknowledge and thank all of the generous supporters that have made it possible for us to start Phase 1. These are the supporters of Phase 1. The Wabash Valley Community Foundation, I see Beth Tevlin is here today. Thank you to the Community Foundation. The Terre Haute Department of Redevelopment. Duke Energy Foundation, I see Rick Berger is here with us. Vigo County, Brendan Kearns and council members. Barbara and Daniel Weber. Barbara is here with us today. Lawrence and Barbara Passmore. Funds in honor of Catherine Hackelman. And the following businesses and individuals: Union Hospital, Don Morris, Culp Ventures, and Wright, Shagley, and Lowry. And of course, as mentioned previously, the Wabash River Regional Development Authority and the City of Terre Haute. Thank you. So we're going to be working here for several months. The small cards that we printed that are being passed around show how to connect on our Facebook page. We're going to do regular updates with video and photos and all kinds of fun things. And the keeper of the backhoe keys, Travis Hunt, who along with his wife Nicole owns ST Construction, is ready to begin probably early next week. We thank Travis and Nicole for being a part of Turn to the River. And my last closing statement is, gentlemen, start your engines. If not blocked by the budget blinds car, you would see the backhoe moving down the way here. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. It's come back and visit us out here on the city and the county space, but we'll all be around quite a bit for a number of months. Thank you again, Mayor Bennett, for hosting this, and thank you very much, everybody, for coming today and all of your support.